Welcome back. I hope that you had a good time thinking about your thoughts and paying attention to those. Let's move on. Lesson 17. I see no neutral things. This idea is another step in the direction of identifying cause and effect as it really operates in the world. You see no neutral things because you have no neutral thoughts. It is always the thought that comes first, despite the temptation to believe that it is the other way around. This is not the way the world thinks, but you must learn that it is the way you think. If it were not so, perception would have no cause, and would itself be the cause of reality. In view of its highly variable nature, this is hardly likely. In applying today's ideas, say to yourself with eyes open, I see no neutral things because I have no neutral thoughts. Then look about you, resting your glance on each thing you note long enough to say, I do not see a neutral blank because my thoughts about blank are not neutral. For example, you might say, I do not see a neutral wall because my thoughts about walls are not neutral. I do not see a neutral body because my thoughts about bodies are not neutral. You might think, what could I possibly think about a wall? I don't know, maybe when you look at that wall you notice, I'm looking at mine right now and I notice, oh, I never filled those holes from when I used to have all those pictures hanging. And now they're glaring at me, and that's something I could feel bad about. Or maybe you look at the wall and you say, oh, I've been wanting to paint that wall for months now and I haven't. Or maybe you look at the wall and you say, that's the most beautiful wall, I love that wall so much. I put so much effort into that gallery of paintings and I love it, okay? So you can look at a wall and have no neutral thoughts. Believe me. Let's keep going. As usual, it is essential to make no distinctions between what you believe to be animate or inanimate, pleasant or unpleasant. Regardless of what you may believe, you do not see anything that is really alive or really joyous. That is because you are unaware as yet of any thought that is really true, and therefore really happy. You might go, but I'm really happy. Well, you could look at this and be like, rude, I'm so happy, whatever. Or you could go, wait a minute, if I'm not really happy right now, what is really happy? That would be very cool. I would like to know what's happier than the happy I have now, because my happy right now is pretty darn happy. So let's see you're happy. I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but follow my logic and it makes sense. Okay, next. 3 or 4 specific practice periods are recommended, and no less than 3 are required for maximum benefit, even if you experience resistance. However, if you do, the length of the practice period may be reduced to less than a minute or so that is otherwise recommended. So in paragraph 1 it talks about it is always the thought that comes first. So last lesson we talked about I have no neutral thoughts. Now I see no neutral things. When we really start to harness our thoughts, we'll start seeing things in the way we want to see them. Perception is malleable and it's dependent upon our thinking. If I can harness my thoughts and think of things the way I want to think of them and not how I technically see them now, and trust that change will occur, then I'm in a good place. So I challenge you, not only do this lesson, but hey, maybe try changing your thoughts a little bit. Think maybe before you go to perhaps a job you're not excited about, or a dinner with a family member you're not excited about, or friend or somebody, conversation you have to have that's difficult. Try to think about it as going really well and how you would want it to go really well, and think about it as a positive thing and try to interject those thoughts into the experience and see what happens. You may not be ready for it. It might backfire and explode in your face and you'll go, Ray, come on. You drove me into a wall. Have fun with it. Give it a shot. Or don't. Your choice. Alright, good job. Lesson 17. See you tomorrow for lesson 18. Adios, amigo.